Today is your lucky day because your girl Queenie has put together a massive list of all of the popular brokers in Australia so we can compare them and find the best one for you. And I've compared some things that are really important to me and things that I think will be really important to you as well, including the features, the markets that you can invest in, and the fees, and the fees. And the fees. And did I mention the fees? Because let's be honest, we are a frugal family here on this YouTube channel. We don't want to be paying excessive fees. And sorry for the red eyes today. Don't worry, I have not been hanging out with Snoop Dogg. Yesterday when I was taking off my makeup, I was using this weird moisturizer that I think was a bit old and some of it got in my eyes. So that's the reason why my eyes are pretty red today. But the show must go on and the daily videos need to be made. And I want to save you some cash. So let's jump right in. So this is the spreadsheet that I've created, and honestly guys, I'm pretty proud of myself. I'm not going to lie. Comparing things in spreadsheets is not really my jam, so if you do appreciate me going into this level of detail, I would really appreciate a like on this video because it was pretty tedious and it did take quite a while to put all this information together. So in the first tab, I have compared the big four banks, CommSec, NAB, Westpac, and ANZ. And to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the big four banks when it comes to trading shares because they're just so expensive. The brokerage fees for CommSec starts from $10 and goes all the way up to $29.95. However, for most trades, you will be paying about $19.95 brokerage fees. For international shares with CommSec, you will be paying from $19.95 all the way up to $39.95. And on top of this brokerage fee, you'll also be paying a 0.6% foreign exchange fee. And then there is another fee. If you are inactive within 12 months, meaning you don't make a trade in your CommSec account within 12 months, you will pay an inactive fee of $25 per year. NAB is slightly better. For Australian shares, you will be paying from $14.95 to $19.95, and most trades are around $14.95. For international shares, you will be paying from $14.95 to $19.95, and then there's a foreign exchange fee of 0.5% to 0.8%, and that's when you're converting your currency from Australian dollars into an international currency. Then there is also an inactive fee of 0.5% of your total portfolio per year, and this is when you don't make a trade within 12 months. Next up is Westpac. So the brokerage fees for Westpac is between $19.95 up to $29.95. If you don't bank with Westpac, the brokerage fees are $29.95. For international shares, the brokerage fees start from $19.95 and go up to $39.95. And there is a foreign exchange fee of 0.6%. And there is a pretty massive inactive fee for Westpac. So if you don't make a trade within a year, Westpac will charge you $63.50. And finally, there's ANZ. Their brokerage fees are from $19.95 to $29.95. For international shares, their brokerage fees are $59 and their foreign exchange fees are 0.6%. And finally, they do have inactive fees of 0.5% of your portfolio per year. And potentially there could be a monthly subscription fee of $19.95. So as you can see, the big four banks aren't very price competitive and they are quite expensive when you are looking to make trades. Something to keep in mind when you are trading shares, of course, is that the big four banks do have that reputation since they have been around for a lot longer than these other brokerages. So I guess that's one of the reasons why people are more comfortable paying really high fees on those platforms. But it's all up to you at the end of the day. So now the big four banks are out of the way, let's have a look at some other popular brokers in Australia that I'm sure you've probably heard of. So first cab off the rank is CMC Markets, and this is where most of my stock market portfolio is with. So they currently have an $11 brokerage fee for Australian shares, and for international shares they actually have a $0 brokerage fee, but you do need to pay a foreign exchange fee of 0.6%. They don't have any inactive fees, which is awesome, and they are CHESS sponsored, which means that when you do purchase Australian shares, they are technically owned by you. Some brokers aren't CHESS sponsored, which means that your shares technically aren't owned by you. However, other brokerage sites that do use the custodial model, they still do know who owns whose shares because you will usually have a member number. It's kind of like with superannuation. The shares and assets that we own with our superannuation aren't technically owned by us. However, we do have membership numbers in our superannuation to know which assets are ours. And it is important to remember that CHESS sponsorship only really applies to Australian shares. So when you are are purchasing international shares, even if you are purchasing it with CMC Markets or one of the big four banks that do have CHESS sponsorship, they won't be CHESS sponsored because this is a bit more of an Australian system. So some other information about CMC Markets is you actually get access to international markets. So not just the US market, not just the Australian market, but a range of different markets, even the London Stock Exchange and other European and Asian stock exchanges. So it is pretty comprehensive. One of the downsides about CMC Markets is the user interface, honestly, looks like it was built in the 2000s. So it's not that easy to navigate, especially if you are a beginner. So next up, let's have a look at IG Trading. So their brokerage fees are from $5 to $8. They have free brokerage for international shares, but you do have to pay a foreign exchange fee of 0.7%. They do have an inactive fee of $50 per quarter, unless you've traded at least 3 times per quarter or you don't hold any open positions in IG Trading. IG Trading are not CHESS sponsored. However, they do give you access to a lot of different international markets in a similar way to CMC Markets. But similar to CMC Markets and the big four banks, the interface is not that pretty. Then there's Superhero. They actually have a $0 brokerage fee for ETFs and a $5 brokerage fee for ASX stocks. However, on Superhero, you can only really get access to the Australian stock market currently. Superhero doesn't have any inactive fees and they are not CHESS sponsored. So some things to know about Superhero is you can currently only access the ASX stock market. However, they will potentially be opening up international markets in the near future. And honestly, I've gone through quite a few brokers and I think that Superheroes is definitely one of the best interfaces that I've ever seen from a stockbroker in Australia. It's really easy to use, especially for beginners. So if you would like to check Superhero out for yourself, I've got an affiliate link down in my description below. So next up we have Pearler. They currently have a $0 brokerage fee for some ETFs and a $9.50 brokerage fee for ASX stocks. You can currently only invest in the Australian stock market on Pearler, and they don't have any inactive fees. They are CHESS sponsored, which is why some of these CHESS sponsored sites usually have a bit of a higher brokerage fee than the ones that aren't CHESS sponsored. So some things that you should know about Pearler is they have an amazing interface. It's definitely one of my favorite interfaces that I've seen out of Australian brokers. And they also allow you to follow other people's profiles, see what other people are investing in, and they also have auto invest features, which is something that I haven't seen on any of the other brokers. There is also definitely more of an emphasis on long-term investing and investing in ETFs passively. So if that's your vibe and you do like to invest passively in ETFs, Pearler is definitely a really great option for you. And if you would like to try Pearler out for yourself, I also have an affiliate link down in my description below. Next up, we have Selfwealth. They have a $9.50 brokerage fee for Australian shares and international shares. Currently, you can buy both Australian shares and US shares on Selfwealth. For their US shares, the brokerage fee is $9.50 plus a currency conversion fee of 0.6%. They don't have any inactive fees and they are CHESS sponsored. So here are some things that you should know about Selfwealth. The user interface of Selfwealth is pretty good. It's not as easy to use as Superhero or Pearler, but it's definitely easier to use than some of the other brokers. They also allow you to view other people's portfolios and even track the performance of your portfolio in Selfwealth. So next up we have Stake, which is an app that you can use to invest in the US stock market. They currently don't have any Australian shares on offer. They only allow you to invest in the US stock market from Australia. They have no brokerage fees, but they do have a foreign exchange fee of 0.7%. They don't have any inactive fees, but they are not CHESS sponsored because, like I said earlier, you can only really get CHESS sponsorship in Australia, and since you are investing in US shares, you can't really get CHESS sponsorship with any international shares. So some other things that you should know about the Stake app. Honestly, I really like the Stake app. I think that it's really clean and easy to understand. There's a lot of information that you can get just from this app alone. However, one thing to consider is it does take quite a bit of time in order for money to process. For example, when you're sending money from your account into your Stake account, it does take quite a couple of days. And even when you're selling some of your shares and you want to convert it back into your bank account, it does take quite a bit of time for those funds to clear. So if you do want to jump in straight away and invest in some stocks, stocks, just be wary that it does take quite a bit of time. And I do have an affiliate link down in my description below. If you sign up with my link, you'll get a free stock of either GoPro, Nike, or Dropbox when you deposit some money within 24 hours. And finally, we have eToro. You've probably seen their ads all over YouTube. I mean, I definitely have. They are a pretty interesting broker because you can buy a lot of different things on eToro. For example, it's not just shares, but you can also buy crypto, and you can also even buy commodities. Unfortunately, with eToro, you can't get access to the Australian market. However, you can access quite a few international markets. They don't have any brokerage fees. However, they do have a foreign exchange fee of 0.5%, and they also have a withdrawal fee of $5. They do have inactive fees of $10 per month when you don't log into the platform. They are not CHESS sponsored because you can't even buy Australian shares with the platform. So here are some things that you should know about eToro. So you can buy shares, crypto, and commodities using eToro, which is really cool. They have quite a lot of features on their platform, including this feature called copy trading, which basically allows you to copy somebody's portfolio and automatically buy and sell shares whenever they buy and sell shares. There are also social feeds and quite a lot of information that you can get from the eToro platform. However, one thing to be mindful of is on eToro, there is definitely more of an emphasis on trading versus long-term investing. And with eToro, it can be quite easy to access leverage and CFDs, which can both magnify gains and also magnify losses as well. So that is a comparison of some of the biggest brokerage platforms in Australia. And if you would like to sign up to any of these brokers, I do have some affiliate links down in the description below. If you sign up with these links, you'll actually get some free money, and I will also get some free money. So it's a win-win situation. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way through. I really appreciate you guys. And I have a secret code word for you, which is travel. So write me a comment below with the word travel in it so that I can thank you personally for watching this video all the way through. I really appreciate you guys. Make sure you smash the like button on this video and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'll see you on the next video. Bye. And if you want more content, don't worry, I got you. Here are some more videos that you can watch.